Hello everyone, happy Monday. I'm going to talk to you guys about something that you asked me to talk about. So I crowdsourced a topic about Instagram, which is one of my favorite things to talk about. And for some reason I like to do Instagram training on Facebook Live. So here we are. So many of you guys asked about this, so I'm going to talk about engagement. So first of all, yes, hi Trisha, hi Eugene, hi Natasha. Thank you guys for jumping on so quickly. Let me know where you are here from, and if you would like to go ahead and share this into your team groups or on your page or create a watch party or whatever so that your friends and family and teams can see this and learn a little bit about Instagram tonight, then please do so. That would be awesome because a lot of people really need to know about this. Yeah, Trisha, I am not that far north. So Vermont is pretty far north. So I can only imagine how cold it is because I am freezing to death here in Washington, DC. I've got like 4 layers on, and I've got a little like space heater too. We've got like our heater full cranked up. I am not built for the cold. Yeah, Natasha, you're so lucky. Southern Hemisphere is lucking out right now. Okay, awesome. North Carolina. So glad you guys are on. So I want to talk about Instagram engagement, and I'm going to maybe ruffle some feathers tonight, or at least give you something to think about, okay? So I would love to know if you guys are coachable, because if you're coachable, this is gonna be for you. If you're like, I know how to do this, I just want you to confirm what I already do, this probably isn't gonna be the video for you. Yeah, Rochelle, it is freaking freezing. It is very unusually cold here. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't paid attention to see if this is like something that's gonna pass in the next couple days, but it is not usually this cold here. Awesome. Trisha says, lay it out. Lay it out. Lay it on. Sorry. Bright light. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about engagement. So I asked a couple of you guys on my Facebook wall, what do you define as engagement? I think that there are a lot of definitions of engagement, but the couple people that did respond kind of hit it right on, in that you are looking for people to actually communicate with you, okay? Now, some of you guys said, I'm looking for comments and feedback, like direct messages or something like that. I can't remember how it was worded. So there's lots of ways that people can engage with each other. Engagement is just a fancy word for talking, right? I actually kind of hate the word engagement because it seems like it's like the word algorithm. Like nobody really knows what that is defined as. And when we use words like that, we get sucked into platform speak instead of human speak. And I like human speak. So let's remove the word engagement and let's say talking. Let's say communicating or conversing or having a conversation or any one of the actual words for communicating with humans, right? That's what we're talking about. Because if you're on here or you are at all on Instagram for your business, then you are probably looking to ultimately make sales and serve other people, or make sales by serving other people, improving their life in some way where you give them value and they give you moolah, right? That's how this works. That is the currency and the agreement that we have with people, that when we give things that make your life better, then you give us money back. And that's probably what you guys are looking for. Am I correct in that? If I am correct in that, either comment below correct or like give me some hearts and some likes, because that's what you are trying to do, is grow your business on Instagram. And so what does that look like? That means that you have to somehow communicate value to your audience, and they have to receive that value and be so appreciative that they're going to pay you for something, right? They're going to pay you in some way. Now that might look like you're going to take them off of Instagram and you're going to, through a swipe up on an Instagram story, you're going to connect them to something that you're selling, or you're going to give them a direction to direct message you so that you can talk to them about whether or not they need your product, service, or opportunity. Or maybe you're going to give them a link to your website where they can purchase something, or even better, maybe you're going to have a conversation on the phone or in person, or you're going to meet up. There are a million different ways that you can make money on Instagram, but it all requires some sort of communication, right? So that's really what we're talking about. So your goal, when we say engagement, we're talking about having a conversation. What I don't consider very helpful is counting your number of likes, counting your number of comments, and or counting your number of shares or saves or any of that. Like if you have a business Instagram account, you can see how many people are saving your stuff. You can look at all the analytics, right? And there's programs galore that'll even give you more analytics. I will tell you, I don't waste my time on that. If you are a big agency or you have a lot of time in your life to do that, rock on. I think that is a total waste of my time, because in the time that I am over analyzing all that data, I could probably be doing another story or doing something else in my business that I need to be doing. Because if you're like me, you have a lot of stuff on your plate. Most of you guys are in the network marketing space who are on this video, and if you are in the network marketing space, that means that you probably don't have like a secretary and a team of people that are helping you do things. If you do, rock on. You probably are super busy still because you've grown your business to a point where you can have those types of things, right? But most of us are solopreneurs. Most of us are working by ourselves. So I would say that it is not worth your time to overanalyze or even pay attention in any way to likes, shares, comments, or anything like that. Now, comments, I gotta be careful the way I say that. The analytics about that, right? It is very important to pay attention to the actual comments that you're getting, or maybe the lack thereof of the comments that you're getting. So glad you guys are liking this. I really am glad. I love talking to people about Instagram. So how many of you are not getting any comments on your stuff? You are not getting any real likes on your stuff, and the likes you are getting are from people that you know in real life. That is so many people on Instagram. I hear this all the time. Like my BFF, who also knows me in real life and follows me on Facebook, or is my friend on Facebook, also likes my Instagram stuff, but nobody else does. There's a couple things that could be going on there, and this is where I'm gonna get tough with you a little bit, okay? So first of all, if you are looking to engage with other people, or for people to reach out and engage with you, then my first question to you is, how many other people are you engaging with? Okay? How many people, how much time, how much effort do you spend in a day to reach out to other people and communicate with them? Because you cannot attract into your life the thing that you are not, right? You have to make sure that you are doing what you expect other people to do to you. It doesn't make sense if you, like, another thing I run into all the time is people are like, well, I'm super stingy with my money, but I expect everybody to pay me for my stuff. No, the universe does not work like that, guys. You must practice what you want to attract, okay? So form habits where you communicate with other people. Who are the people that you would like to form relationships with? Let's start there. If you have never thought about this question, then this is gonna blow your mind. I want you to mark the time. I don't know, it's like 7:09, so I'm probably about 8 or 9 minutes into this video. I want you to mark this moment, and I want you to come back to this video later on. But after this video, I want you to go and think about all the people that you would like to build a relationship with online, for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Maybe it's because you think they're really interesting. Maybe it's because they inspire you. Maybe it's because you like the way that they take photos. Maybe it's because they're a leader in your space and you like the way they do social media. Whatever it is, I want you to come up with a list of 50. Yes, you heard that right. 50 people. Hell, you can even pause this video right now, exit out of Facebook, and come back to this and continue watching the rest on replay. I rarely ever say that, but this is that important. If you don't have an idea of who you are trying to communicate with, then you are never gonna succeed in Instagram, okay? Because you have no idea who you're talking to. You don't have any clue what your message is and who you're trying to talk to, who you're trying to inspire, who you're trying to build relationships with, and that is what Instagram is about. So many people get sucked into what's the right hashtag and what's the right thing that I should post and what's the greatest editing software and what's the newest filter and blah, 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 right? All of that is nice to know. I'm not saying it's not, well, it's just not that important. It comes secondary to who you want to communicate to, what message you want to communicate to them, and who you're building relationships with. So the first step in increasing engagement or increasing communication is to be a communicator and to make sure that you on a daily basis are practicing what you would like to come back to you. So what does this look like in practice? That means that you are going to have to spend some time on the platform commenting, direct messaging, and engaging with other people who you would like to build a relationship with, okay? How many of you guys do that on a regular basis? I'm sure some of you do. I will tell you most people don't, because most people are quiet scrollers. Most people are quiet scrollers on Instagram, and most people are quiet scrollers on Facebook, right? Most people do not comment, and I'll give you a bonus tip. This applies to Facebook too. You want people to comment on your stuff, then you need to comment on other people's stuff. Shocker, right? But it's so funny, people don't think that way. People are like, oh, well, I can totally get away with scrolling, but my content is so good that I expect everybody else to comment on my stuff. No, it just doesn't work like that. Okay, so I think I've beat that one down. I think you guys get what I'm talking about. You have to have the traits that you expect other people to have back to you. So make sure that you are spending time, probably twice a day. Doesn't have to be a lot of time, but find some time in your day to comment and direct message about other people's stuff, okay? So I don't care if you're on Instagram and you're connected with me, then you know I'll be direct messaging like, girl, I love your eyeshadow. That's on fire. What a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing that. If someone has shared with me a tip, because I get all sorts of tips and things on Instagram, like interior design tips and makeup tips and all sorts of things, right? I will go back to that person and say, hey, I want you to make sure that, I want you to know that you impacted my life and you made my life better. I use that tip to do X, Y, and Z, okay? All right, so, let's see, but now I have a VA and need to have this conversation. Okay, that is interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm gonna take a side tangent, and I don't know if this is what you mean, but I wanna talk about this real quick. If you are hiring someone else to do your social media, then let me just say, I just don't recommend that. I don't recommend it. I don't think that, for some reason, people think that on Instagram you can hire other people to do your social media when you wouldn't dream of doing that on Facebook, right? Would you pay somebody to run your personal Facebook feed? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. So now let me say this. If it is working for you and you are rocking it and you've got a VA that's posting content that you've created and then you're going back and engaging with them, then that's fine. And look, if it's working, I'm not here to knock anyone and I'm not trying to be negative about it, but I just want to make sure that people really know what they're doing when they hire people to do their Instagram. I have had so many people offer me, like crazy amounts of people, hey, will you help me run my Instagram? First of all, I don't have time. Second of all, that's time away from my own personal Instagram, and I want to build my own Instagram just selfishly, right? Because I've got my own business to run and I've got a full-time job and all sorts of other things. But it doesn't make sense because I want to be the person on my stories and I want to be the person on my feed, and it's just, I don't recommend it. Okay, so that was a total tangent. We'll get back to the content. Okay, so we talked about communicating, we talked about having the habits where you are engaging with other people, and so you are building those relationships. That is where you get people who are invested in your success, right? Whether they become a customer or not, doesn't really matter. When people know that you are out there and know that you are an authentic person and know that you are spending the time to actually engage with them, then that is where you get mutual trust and you get that know, like, and trust factor, okay? So the more often than you can show your beautiful face on Instagram, the more that people are going to know, like, and trust you. So back to the topic of engagement. A couple ways that you can reach out and connect with people. So you can do that via direct message. You can do that via following people and commenting on their stuff. You can be valuable by helping other people's audiences, right? You can share their content in your stories and tag them. A lot of times that is a great way to get exposure also from people who have bigger followings from you. Things like that. Okay, so let's talk about engagement on your content. I think that it is really important to make sure that you understand what is interesting to you and what type of content that you feel compelled to comment on, like yourself, right? So when you're sitting down and you're scrolling through Instagram, what are the types of questions? What are the types of content? What are the things that inspire you and fire you up to actually comment. If you've never thought about that, then I would also, again, mark that question down, write it down, or mark the time in this video or something like that, and go back and ask yourself, when was the last time I actually commented on somebody else's stuff? What made me do that? Was it a good question? Was it a beautiful photo? Was it that they started a conversation about a topic that you're passionate about? Was it someone in your space, so your niche, or someone who serves the same type of customers as you? Study that. Study, study, study. The secret to success on social media is to study the people who are getting to where you want to go. Really, that's the secret to success in life, right? No different on social media. Are there influencers in your space? Are there influencers in your network marketing company? Are there influencers that you love to follow? What are they doing? Why did they attract you? Is it their caption? Is it that they're telling a story? 9 times out of 10, it's that they're telling a really good story. Is it that they have beautiful, beautiful photos? They probably also have that. Is it that they have taken you along their journey? Yes, it is probably also that. Is it that they have a combination of postings in their feed and their stories? Yes, it is probably also that. Sit and think about what kind of stuff actually attracts you and compels you to comment on other people's stuff, and then go ahead and use that for inspiration for your own content. I will tell you, it takes a lot of work. If you do Instagram right, it takes a lot of planning. It is not like Facebook, where you can throw out kind of a one-liner caption and people respond because they have that relationship with you. It's a little bit more difficult to get that kind of feedback on Instagram because it's such a visual platform. But the people that do it well tell stories. And if you really, really, really want to be able to jump into storytelling, there's a couple ways to do that. Number 1 is just watching people do it well. Number 2, you can read a book about it. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller is the book that I recommend. It gives you some great advice on how to tell a story. But you want to bring people along in your journey, right? You want to share the ups, you want to share the downs, you want to have beautiful photos, you want to have Instagram stories that are a little more raw. Show people behind the scenes. Tell them when you have the good days and the bad days, that kind of stuff, right? So it's sometimes really hard to see whether you are doing that for yourself. It's also awesome to have a coach or someone who is doing an audit on your Instagram, things like that. That is a great way to get some neutral feedback from someone on whether or not they would really want to follow you, whether or not they would feel inspired to comment on your stuff. But I'll tell you, if you're not getting the comments now, then the answer is pretty easy. You're probably not creating content that other people want to consume. And that is okay. So I'm gonna, after I've kind of beat you down and told you all the things that you might not be doing, I'm gonna bring you back up a little bit, okay? You guys ready for this? So number 1, you don't need a whole lot of engagement to make sales. I'm gonna say that again. You don't need a whole lot of engagement to make sales, okay? Now, does it help? Of course. Should you strive for communicating with other people? Abso-freaking-lutely. But you can also make sales while you are figuring that out. You can also build your audience while you are figuring that out. You do not need to have 100,000 followers to be successful growing your business on Instagram. You don't even need 10,000 followers to successfully grow your business on Instagram. My main personal account, SorayaGoddard.com, is not yet at 10,000 followers, and I make sales all the time off that account. So don't worry about it. And this kind of gets back to what I was saying in the beginning. Don't stress out about your number of followers. Don't stress out about the number of likes you're getting. Don't stress out about the number of comments you're getting. Just seek to inspire people. Seek to share your story, because most people don't comment on Instagram. They'll do the like because it's very easy. It's very easy, right? It's very easy to like things and then just keep scrolling. It is much harder to actually comment, which works in your favor because when you comment on other people's stuff, you stick out and you become unusual, right? So, okay, what else? Ask great questions, post great captions, all that kind of stuff. So I hope that helped. That is my best information on engagement and communicating with others. If sales is your goal, which most of you guys it is, in fact, it should be, right? If you have a business and you're on here, sales is your ultimate goal, then you need to make sure that you're not scared of making an offer. So I see so many people all the time are like, hey, I want to make sure that people are buying my stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, where are you selling your stuff? Are you serious? Is there Is there seriously a spider in my plant? Like, are you joking? Shut up. Are you just seeing no. Okay, now I'm freaked out. Or are you just saying it's like my wallpaper? Or do you see something actually moving? I'm totally freaked out now. Okay, I don't see it, so I'm gonna keep going, but now you have me totally freaked out, Lucy. Okay, that's a first. Okay, cool, thank you. So I'm gonna hurry, because now I'm totally like weirded out about that. Anyways, okay, let me focus for a quick second. So don't be scared of making your offer. Do not be scared of making your offer. What I mean by that is my first 3.5 years on Instagram, I was terrified of making an offer, like absolutely terrified. Meaning I was trying to be, I don't know, I just wasn't overt about it. People need to see your offer multiple times, like 7 or 8 times, and then they need to be exposed to you enough times that they know, like, and trust you. So don't be scared of making an offer, giving a strong call to action, just like you would in a Facebook video, just like you would on any other sales page, anything like that. Make sure you give a call to action. Make sure you give a call to action. I'm gonna say that one more time. Make sure you give a call to action in whatever you're doing on Instagram. I don't care if it's a story, I don't care if it's a Facebook feed post, anything like that. Okay, now you guys have me like freaked out. So, okay. Before I go and determine whether or not I'm gonna die from a giant spider that might be in my plant behind me, I need you to know one thing. You need to get on my email list, guys. If you are not on my email list, I need you to go to SorayaGoddard.com right now and opt into something on my website. And here's why. In 1 week, January 28th, I got the dates wrong, January 28th, I'm going to be sending an email out and I'm going to announce an Instagram course. So if you are struggling with your Instagram and you want to know all the hashtag questions and you want to know all the engagement questions that we didn't talk about today, and you want to know everything, then you need to be on my email list, because January 28th, I'm going to release my course to first come, first serve to my email list, okay? And I'm only gonna take a couple people because it's gonna be a beta course. What that means is that I have a designed course. I've got a bunch of different modules, but I'm gonna make them with you guys as I go along in the course so that I can best answer your questions. What that also means is I'm gonna give it to you at a discount. So if you're part of the beta course, you're gonna get it at a much cheaper rate than the people that come after you. So you're gonna get all sorts of goodness. You're gonna get worksheets, you're gonna get Instagram audits. I'm gonna do a bunch of those to people who sign up first. All sorts of good bonuses. So you need to go get on my email list at SorayaGoddard.com and sign up there. Make sure that you are on my email list, because January 28th, I am not gonna announce it on Facebook. I'm gonna announce it to my email list, and if all the stuff sells out, then it's gonna be too bad, so sad. The price will go up by a bunch on the next round. Okay, guys? I want to be able to, this is not just me like having some scarcity thing. This is really, I'm not going to take more people than I can handle, because I really want to serve them well and make sure that I can answer their questions and create a course that is of value to you and that helps you get more sales, because that's really what we're all about, right? We really want to make sure that we can serve other people and get more sales. So again, go to SorayaGoddard.com. Make sure you are on my email list. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Angie. I love that you guys are jumping on. This one was an awesome video, so you have to go back and watch the replay. But make sure you guys are all on my email list, because you will not want to miss this beta course that is coming out in a week. Okay, guys, have a great night. Talk to you soon. I guess I'm going to go like fight giant spiders. Bye.